Have you ever faced the problem of not being able to find a seat in a lecture hall? Have you ever rushed from location to location and when you arrive,
it is already crowded and full?
In fact, in an article from dailymail.co.uk, some students are coming to lectures as early as the night before. Slower students also end up with no seats at all. Here is a problem tree showing the causes and symptoms of why you are not able to get a seat. We will explain the illegal and gap symptoms in detail. First of all, the illegal problem. You enrolled late and you ended up with a bad timetable. After checking out the other streams, you then jump back to bed happily. This is the illegal problem, where students do not go for lessons of their own streams.
And then we have the gap problem. The gap occurs because students reserve seats for their friends.
Reserved for my friend.
The gap also occurs because students do not sit with each other. According to the study by Tom Clay and associates with Cambridge MIT Institute, lack of sleep and hour at which class is scheduled are important factors that decide on lecture attendance.
This results in the rise of the illegal problem, which is important as it affects all students, especially for those attending classes with popular time slots.
Well, what if we put a gate at the lecture hall entrances? It would not let students from other streams to come in. It is also relatively easy to implement. However, there will be a long queue.
How about the sensor on each chair? When the first student enters, he can pick any seat he wants. When the next student comes in, she must either only sit adjacent to him or a different row. Then, the new available seats are the ones adjacent to them. Subsequently, when the lecture hall is filled up, even a latecomer is able to get a seat easily without disrupting others. So how did that work? Well, there will be a sensor at the bottom of each chair. This sensor is linked to the local lecture hall network and the school's database server. Now, imagine that there's two invisible locks. When you tap your student ID to the sensor, you'll first check if the seat is available. Then, a check is done with the school's database server to verify if you are in the right stream. If both conditions are met, the chair will be unlocked and you can put it down to sit. This will cost more and is complex to implement when compared to the gate solution, but it solves both the gap and illegal problem without causing congestion. Lecturers can disable the locks manually. Only one student ID card can unlock one seat per lecture. This to prevent students from unlocking seats for their friends. Students with valid reasons can email the lecturer in advance to be placed in an exception list. Lastly, the chairs are auto-locked once it flips back up. Students are guaranteed a seat in their own streams. Lecture halls are better utilized because students attend their own lecture streams. Lecturers should see a decrease in students sitting on steps or on the ground. Within 1 month of implementation, this number should be 0.
So,
No more illegal students.
no more disruptions.
No more reminders to cover up the gaps.
No more hunting for seats.